taking my time and just seeing if things work. Because my thing is, if I'm going to talk to you, okay, let's just build a friendship. Let's see if we could be friends. Because my thing is, in order to have a great relationship, we need to have a great friendship first. Like, let me get to know you. Let me see what are your dislikes. You know your likes.
You can do that in 3 hours.
No, I need more time than 3 hours.
Not if people. 3 hours. Not if you asking the right questions. Not if you really genuinely. But
that's all talk. I need the action. You can tell me.
We can do that too. That's what I'm saying.
In 3 hours, what action are you going to show me in 3 hours where it's going to determine where you could be the one? No.
Boy Yates from Atlanta, aka Wakanda.
Girl from Portland, Oregon. You already know.
When you deal with so much, it's easy to feel like this is all there is.
A man is somebody who admits that they're wrong and builds on that and grows from that.
Yes, sir. Back at it again. Back at it like a crack addict. Drunk Tours podcast in the building. It's your boy Yates from Atlanta, aka the Mecca.
And I'm your other host, Real from PDX. You already know.
And today we have the majestic Miss Melanie.
Hi.
Here to, help us figure out life and shit. You know what I mean? What we talking about today, Brody?
All right, today we talking about, kind of rolling off the last episode of just like meeting people on trips, falling in love swiftly. So we're gonna kind of just play on that and just, I guess the question we'll start with you is it possible to fall in love too quick?
No, I don't think it's impossible. I feel like I've been in a situation where I saw somebody and I fell in love that same day.
That's what I'm telling you.
It was like.
Did it feel pure?
It did. And we ended up getting together and everything, and we was together for years, whatever like that. But the first time I saw them, and I was younger, it was like I saw like a halo over their head, like they came from heaven. I promise you, it was like a light, right?
Pure.
It was like light surrounded them, and I was like, who is that? And so I feel like can't put a time.
That's me. I'm that guy.
I feel like me personally, I feel like you can't put a time on when you're supposed to fall in love. Because you can meet somebody and, like you said, like you could be on a trip, meet somebody, and you feel like you don't fell in love or you love them, whatever like that. So I feel like you can't put a time on it. Like I feel like it's just up to you. It's your preference.
What's the fastest that you think you fell deeply for somebody?
Like deeply in love?
Or at least what you felt like love, or just like, let's say you met somebody and they was just, on your mind like crazy.
I would say, I don't know. I feel like everybody's different. I feel like it depends on the person. So maybe the fastest, or maybe after 6, 7, 8 months.
Damn.
That's fast?
I feel like that might for me.
That's like 100 dates. That's like once I fall in love, we basically live together. We gotta be together all the time.
I feel like with me it takes some time. Like I feel like, because I feel like I'm at the stage where now I might be like in the really I really like you stage, but
was it always like that for you, or was there a point where you fell in love too quick and that's the reason you wait that long now?
I don't know. I feel like it's always been like that for me. Like,
What about you, Drea? What's the quickest you done fell in love? 4 hours? Nah, for real. Y'all make me sound crazy.
Nah, I'm not saying that that's not possible for me. I'm just, it might take me a second to try to really think. I really gotta kind of go through my mind and try to really.
I guess when I think about it, then because I'm joking, I'm saying that because I do fall in love that fast, but I feel like with the type of love you describe, like really being in love, you got where you're choosing to be in love, that does take longer to choose love. It's like I feel like I fall super quick, but in my personal life, usually after sex, it wouldn't stay. So for example, when me and Faith first met, our first conversation, I told her I was gonna marry her. The very first conversation, I was like, in the future I'm gonna marry. And she was just like, get away from me. This nigga trying to run a game, blah, blah, blah. But now, she still always talk about that. She was like, ever since, and I was like, yeah, I had failed quick. But, it's a big difference between that moment and the moment I said it and I meant it. You know what I mean? I really love you because I saw something that was completely different. Because before it was like I was in love enough to want to pursue her heavily, but it was different from the love of I want you to be the mother of my children. You know what I mean? It was almost like kind of, I guess, it's very easy to kind of conflate lust and love to a degree. And the love you talk about, like the real genuine, like when you talk about 6 months or so, I guess you gotta kind of see something that's more evidence of this having long-term value
Right.
to really be like, okay, I'm choosing to be in love with you now.
Right.
And that, I think, does take more time.
Yeah, I feel like for me, like I've only been in love twice in my life. Like I've had guys who've been in love with me and have told me this, but I wasn't in love with them.
Me too.
Like, and I'm just like, okay, and they was mad, and that because I didn't say it back. But it's like I don't want to be fake and just say it, just because that's how you feel. But it's just like, but I'm not in love with you though. Like, and I feel like sometimes, like even the guy I saw, where I feel like it was love at first sight. I mean, it was really strong, but it was just like it was just something about him. And then of course, with time, once we get to know each other, then I fell in love later on. But I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like it just depends on who you're dealing with and different things like that.
That's real.
I think love is one of those things like you can choose to reject it or accept it, So it's like I feel like as I get older now, I meet more women who are like kind of like how you said, like who kind of more so choose love. Like I'm gonna refuse to allow myself to like this person until they can show me that there's even a reason why I should like them for the rest of my life. And I feel like it's kind of like we was talking about some of the older episodes talking about love is healthy and just putting yourself out there and stuff like that.
I mean, when we're talking about love, it's not healthy.
Yeah, love is not healthy. But we start talking about the logic and stuff like that. And I feel like whenever you bring logic into stuff like that, like you pretty much arm yourself and shield yourself from allowing love. Because to be able to receive love, to be able to give love is to receive love. So if you over here kind of like picking and choosing who you're gonna love, then you're not gonna really get too much love from people. So like I think with myself, if I'm like usually like if I'm open like that, it could be hours or days. Like a couple months ago, I was talking to one girl who I still like, I unfollowed her and everything.
I thought you would say I still love her.
No.
Oh yeah, me too.
I mean, I still got. I still got feelings for her, but I mean, I'm just realistic. But we talked for like, I think like when we first met, like or when we first talked, like I was just talking to her like for like a week straight or something like that, and we was just on the phone for like hours and stuff like that. And I think like and I was like, I think I love this girl, like, you know what I'm saying? But, then after the shit kind of slows down, you're kind of like, like that was kind of dumb, but that's love though, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, letting your guard waste of time talking and.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's a waste of time when the main goal for most people is to get somewhere, like if your goal is to just feel love, then yeah, there's never a bad decision that because you're like, you learn to just take people for what they are and how they come and just enjoy it while it was and then when it's over, you just, hey, I enjoyed that time with you, that's it.
I think that was my I think that was my toxic trait. I think I was big on like chasing this like high, and then like once it kind of started going away, it was like, well, that was cool, on to the next high. Like you constantly like move, and then it's hard when you like do finally choose somebody where you, like you were saying, like you choose love, and now you have to like actually work to keep it going. It's like, damn, I kind of like the chase of just this little automatic. We just going through this flow of everything perfect, and then it's like, oh, you farted in your sleep now, kind of over you type shit. You know what I mean?
That's me. I'm so picky once I start.
This guy be the pickiest nigga ever.
Really?
You don't like how they chew sometimes. Like man, she was cool, but they be chewing like a cow. Like
that definitely sounds like me.
This nigga is picky, bro. But I mean, but it's good. It's good to know what you want and what you can handle long term. But I don't know.
Do you think that's toxic though? Like chasing like that pure level of.
For me, it was because. For me, it was because I was so good at getting people to like trust me and be open, and then but once like my emotions were gone, I couldn't like stay anymore. Like with the like, I wasn't good at like slowly letting people down. Like I don't really think it's gonna work. It's just be like,
all right, that's it.
All right, I'm gone. And then like usually I would I had a bad habit of replacing it so fast that it's like now people I feel like, oh, it's me, but really it was just me not, you know.
So really, you just out here breaking hearts.
No, I mean, I ain't gonna say I was out here breaking hearts. I would say that I wasn't taking care of the hearts I had. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna break your heart because if you're meeting these girls and you're putting them in the place to trust you, and more than likely they're being vulnerable and different things like that, and they're probably starting to really like you and knowing you're really charming, taking them out, probably buying groceries. So I'm sure
I know the girls eat that. I thought it was.
I know you. So I'm just saying. So I'm pretty sure. Right. So I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna pack that bitch out while you at work. You gonna come in like this nigga feeding me.
Right. And then he got me some flowers.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta put them in the fridge.
So I'm pretty sure these girls were really falling for you, or like, man, he's different, or he's, you know, because guys are not doing that. So when they meet a guy who does that, and you're just like, all right, nice knowing you. They're like, what the freak? And then you doing that, you're messing it up for them when the next guy come along. Because now they're going to have trust issues and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how things get started. Like, you can't do that. It would have been better if you just expressed them like, hey, I'm just in a place right now where I can't really I'm not emotionally available to really give myself.
But I tried it before and that didn't go over well. Like because now you gonna try to like, because we talk about like, you talking about heartbreaks and stuff. Like I wasn't good at seeing people heartbroken, so it was better to not have to be there for it.
I mean, but it's not good just throwing up them deuces and then just go blank.
But
my thing is
I ain't know how to handle it. You gotta think at the same time, because usually with these women that we talking to, like that whole pursuit, it wouldn't be like right away we just connected. Those would be something where, you know, usually when it's ended, it would end better, because it's like, you know, I'm not really feeling what I felt before, and we can kind of have a conversation. Usually these would be women who almost weren't super interested in me at the beginning, and I had to like kind of chase them down, hawk them down, and then by the time they like failed, now it's like, it's almost like, I don't know, it's like now it's kind of like, well, I'm kind of good now.
Okay, but it's like you stated, after you done had sex with them, now it's kind of like, okay, I'm kind of good. So being a girl in that position, it's kind of like, dang, I finally give you my goods and you throwing up the deuces. You're causing a lot of emotional damage on that girl from you doing that. If anything, you shouldn't even got the sex. Like, because that's trifling.
No, I'm just joking. That's fucked up.
It is. And it does take.
This is the thing. It wouldn't just be we had sex and I'm gone. It's like we have sex and usually things would kind of change, because remember, like I said, usually beforehand they were playing a little stiff on me. By the time I done worked all the way up to having the sex, and now they like really, really own me, they wouldn't be like maybe I was attracted to them being stiff on me, and then once they changed up being like, no, now I really, really fuck with you, and now I done got the pussy, and now you fuck with me, it's almost like, well, you weren't fucking with me before, so now it's almost like, all right, then I would just start chilling, and then they would just be like, they would almost be on me too much when I'm chilling, and then I'm like, now you doing too much, and then I just start feeling uncomfortable, and then I'm just kind of like, I'm gone.
But my thing is like, playing devil's advocate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter like if you had hopes of that going that far, because she don't know that. Because the thing is, if I'm dating a girl and she don't know where this is, she thinks that we going all the way, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but I'm interested in you and I'm doing all the nice things for you. If we just don't work out, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't see this working out, she not gonna think it's nothing other than just y'all breaking up or y'all not talking.
And that's the thing.
So it's like, it really don't even matter.
It wouldn't be a relationship like where we have a title. So like in my personal life, I've been in 2 relationships, including the one I'm in now, where it's actual like we have like, I'm like, I want you to be my girlfriend. So the thing is like, during this whole pursuit phase, yeah, we moving like we in a relationship, but we not in a relationship. So it's like, even if I'm like, you know, I'm gone, it's like, is it see, as I'm hearing that out loud, it sounds more fucked up than it did in my head. But the reality was, I was like, you know, this is no longer really what I want no more.
And that's okay. If that's not what you want anymore, that's perfectly fine. But my thing is, if y'all are talking to these girls in the beginning, are y'all making it known?
She making it y'all. My bad. Don't put it on my boy.
But I'm just talking about both of y'all though, but when y'all talk to these girls in the beginning and you know, okay, I'm not looking for a relationship, are you making that known in the beginning instead of talking to them, doing all these boyfriend-like things, and in their mind they're thinking, oh, well, we're probably gonna get to a relationship, or in that girl mind, oh yeah, that's my man, that's my boo. I mean,
No,
That's see, when you said he's doing boyfriend stuff, there's no book that says this is boyfriend stuff. A girl shouldn't assume that we have anything going on because I'm doing nice shit for you first.
because I do that for everybody.
Because
though.
my thing is,
honestly, like you personally know me. Don't I take care of everybody around me?
I mean, you do.
That's just natural,
You do.
right? So if I do that for a woman, I'm just gonna go a little harder for a woman I'm interested in sexually or in whatever capacity.
Okay, and that's perfectly fine. But my thing is, but why not make that known from the beginning? Like, hey,
Because
I'm
then she
not
ain't
looking
gonna
for a
go for it.
relationship.
She ain't gonna go for it. So why am I gonna shoot myself in the foot? And this.
So
another
what
thing.
you're trying to do
But
is-
it's another thing. Think about it. It's another thing. I don't know. Maybe it could be a relationship because maybe I get the pussy and I'm like, you know what? This is really what I want.
maybe I can deal with somebody a little heavier.
Okay, but things could change. My thing is, if you're just honest with me, like, hey, right now, I'm not really looking for a relationship.
But
I
now
would like
shoot
for us to
myself in
be
the foot,
friends.
you're not gonna go with it. You're not gonna go for it. See, that's the thing. I tried it that way, and then the girl you really want, she ain't going for it. You say, look, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm really just trying to. I want to have sex. I want to see if we really all the way there. If we really all the way there, it could be that. But I really don't know right now. This is like, you can't just use me. So if you just don't say nothing and you just do nice stuff, they like, oh my God, you are a great guy. Here's some pussy, and then you say thank you.
Okay,
and then
so
after you get the pussy, you like, I don't feel the same way I did before the pussy. Why is that wrong?
Because it's giving off that, okay, since you're not telling her what you're looking for in the beginning, you're just like, I'm just gonna go with the flow, but I'm gonna do all these, to me, boyfriend-like things, and that girl mind, she's gonna start developing feelings and stuff for you, and she's gonna be one that's getting heartbroken because after you done had sex, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not interested in her no more, so let me just move on.
But
That's her problem.
Interested though.
Nah,
this the thing though, because in all reality, like keeping it a buck, even with my wife now, like, it took time for us to be like, this is gonna be a relationship, right? Things can change. When I see everything I want, I had like a little test. So if I see, like, not only are you, it's not like a just attractive thing. It's like,
Right.
are you gonna match me on certain shit? Most women would fail the little test I had, and then that's when they be like, oh, all my emotions going, because I'm a very logical person and I'm overly emotional. So it's like my emotions, I can run with the emotions, but I had like a backup test where it's like, if you don't pass this test, now my logic kick in, all the emotions go away, because it's like, oh, all that shit I felt before, that shit kind of gone. So it's like, I didn't see it as wrong because in my head it's like, this really can be a relationship. We really can be together. But if I see something that's like, no, we not, then it's over with. That makes sense?
I mean, it makes sense. I get what you're saying, but
Because it sounds more fucked up than it is, because it's like,
it does. It sounds messed up.
I think it's women. Most women that I've dealt with at today's age, they at that point now where women are like, you gotta ask me to be your girlfriend for me to be your girlfriend, because they don't fall for all the extra shit that niggas do, because niggas do what you said, like they take you to do nice shit, but they don't claim you. So my thing is it's not my responsibility for her to know what the hell going on. Like, I showed you and showing you by action what this relationship is. It's not my responsibility to make sure you don't catch feelings. My job is to treat you to a good time, show you the nice things that I can do for you because I'm interested. If I haven't asked you to be my girl, or I haven't like pursued you in that way, you can't just assume that I'm doing this stuff because I want to be your man. Like, you can't assume that. And that's her responsibility to make sure that she's not falling like, oh, this nigga took me to the movie, so that's my boo now. Why are you assuming I'm your boo because I took you on 2 dates or 3 dates? Like, you shouldn't. I didn't say, hey, you my girl, so you shouldn't assume that. So that's the girl's responsibility too, to know where she stands in that relationship. If she don't know, she need to ask. You know what I'm saying?
and that's the thing. If we moving like we in a relationship, right? I'm getting all the perks of being in a relationship. I get to see the full side of you, and then no matter when it comes, if I just feel or see something where it's like, oh, this ain't what I want, why can't I be like, just like you did with Buddy?
Okay, that's true. But in the beginning, that I told him, I was like, I I'm not for sure if I'm ready to be in a relationship because
Right, but you can do
because
that
that's what
with a
I knew
woman.
that's what he wanted.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
was expressing that's what he wanted. I'm like, I'm willing to basically try, but I don't know if something I really want. So I'm basically I'll give you a chance, and that's why I gave him a chance. But I realized it's not working out. I don't see a relationship with us, so that's why I let him go. But my thing is, I mean, and you're right. It is. I think it is wrong for a girl to assume different things because like the guy is doing these nice things for her. But I feel like in today's generation, a lot of guys are not taking girls out and spending money on them.
Not our
Like,
responsibility.
right. I get that, but that's you. I get that. That's not your responsibility. But at the same time, I think it's what is so wrong with just letting a girl like look
Because
right.
it don't work. Like, 'cause this the thing.
Because
like,
so
but
it's
listen
giving
what I'm
off.
saying.
It's giving off. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna treat her to all this nice stuff, and then when I get sex from her, I'll see how I'm feeling at the time. That's
But
what
it's
it's
not just
giving.
the sex. It's something that like shit changed after sex, and sometimes the change I don't like that, and that's like a dub for me. But this the thing. This the thing. This the only little part you're skipping over. It's not that I know from the beginning it's not gonna be a relationship. I'm open to this possibly being a relationship, but I see something where it's like, nah, it's no longer gonna be that. And then I move with that energy, like it's no longer gonna be that. I might have felt like it was before when I'm doing all this shit you talk about. I felt like that, but now I seen something, it changed, and now I'm just like, well, it changed. And then you saying like that ain't right because you take advantage. I'm saying no because I never lied, I never did that fugazi. I was just being me, and you fell for the fact that I'm me and I'm nice and I'm protective and I'm caring. I'm gonna make you feel super safe. And like just because I cultivated this environment, that now you in love with this environment I done created. And then when I say, hey, the person I was doing all this for, I'm no longer as attracted to that person, so I'm over this, and I take that away that I'm an asshole. It's like I kind of just feel like it is what it is.
Okay, but my thing is when you're ending with these girls, are you letting them know like, hey, or you just like you said throwing up the deuces like, all right, it was cool, bye.
Well, it was like usually we would just like if I'm being blunt and real, usually like we would just keep having sex, but all the extra shit would kind of start going away, and then it would turn into like.
One thing I don't do though is I'm not gonna tell a girl I want to be her man, and then that's not what.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I don't do that. No, that's like you said, that's fucked up. I don't ever lean in like, yo, like I see you being my girl, and the only thing I'm thinking about is just getting pussy. Like I don't do that.
Right.
That's lame. But I like you said, like it's for interpretation. Like, hey, I'm interested in you. I want to get to know you more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there could be something.
Right, and that's my thing. My
Yeah.
thing is, why not just say that in the beginning?
I do.
I'm saying,
Because what you're
it
saying
could be
is, I'm not
something.
going to say that in the beginning because I'm afraid if I say let's be
because
friends or it
you
could
were-
be something,
no,
I might
because
not
you
get
were
the
saying-
sex.
You were saying I should tell her I only want this from you, and I'm saying I don't only want that.
No,
it
I'm just
really
saying-
could be something. I just don't know if it's
Right,
gonna
right.
be that.
And I'm just saying
And I'm
in
not
the
gonna
beginning,
tell-
just be honest. Just be like, hey, like this could be something, but I'm not for sure. But let's just see
But
where it
now
goes.
you started.
No girls are gonna be
but
cool
you
with that.
automatically. If I do
They're
that,
not.
if I do that with you, I'm telling you to be defensive with me. I'm telling you, don't be vulnerable. Don't open up to me because I can hurt you. So now what you gonna do? You gonna have
Or that's telling you I don't know if you're good
And
enough, which is also a bad move.
Exactly.
Because every girl says we gotta wrap this shit up. But every girl I know that I tried this shit last year. I tried to be a good dude. I was like, man, my feelings starting to change for this girl I'm talking to. Let me be 100 and just be like, hey, like, you know, I'm still into you and everything, but I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm starting to have, you know, some insecurities, some wonders if this is gonna last in the long run. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I did that, she started texting her old nigga.
Exactly. I'm telling you.
I feel like it depends on what girl you're dealing with. My thing is be upfront with me. If you're trying to talk to me, just be
Everyone
like,
say
hey.
that, but y'all really don't want that. That's cap. That's cap. I done heard it.
You can't say every woman. You haven't dated every woman in the world, so you can't
I've
say
dated
every
a lot of
woman.
women, and I'll tell you what. for
You
all the
maybe a
women
lot of
I've
women, but you haven't
all
dated
the
every
women
woman.
I've dated, I've never-
Every woman is different. I feel like
But we
being
all
honest in the
human.
beginning.
But this
Right, we are human.
It's just human psychology to want to protect yourself. So if I tell you, hey, I done stabbed a couple women who sat next to me before, you go now scoot over a little bit. You could trust that I'm not on that no
I
more.
mean, yes,
As soon as I
that
tell
means a
you-
little bit different.
No, it's the same analogy when you because what you're saying is to prepare a woman to possibly be hurt. Once you say that, she's not gonna be the same type of open. And what I'm saying is, I really wanted this person to be open with me because maybe it could work for real. Now the issue is I'm so vulnerable and genuine and so cool being open that they match me. And then when I'm over it, just like if they were over it, they could be over me and do the same thing. It just didn't happen that way. That's not my
Okay, well
fault.
maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just different. Because if you tell me that, because my thing is, I'm going in the mindset of, okay, well let's just see what happens. Because I'm not going in like, oh, you're gonna be my man. Like I need to build a friendship with you. Let's see if I really like you. Let's see if we really vibe.
We
My
can do
thing
all that
is-
in 3 hours.
Right, we could. And at the end of it, I'm still gonna, nothing on my end is gonna change. I might be like, okay, you a cool dude, but let's still see where this goes though. But I'm not about to go in like, oh, you're gonna be my man. My thing is, if you tell me like, hey, I think you're a cool girl, I'm interested in you, I think you're beautiful, like, let's see where this goes. I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship, but it could lead them. Be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna see where it goes. I'm gonna talk to you.
That sound like now we slow rolling though. Like you describing the situation where now we coming into it like we slowly teetering on, is there a possibility? Is there a possibility? I'm not comfortable there. I like diving in like this. We in on this shit. Like I love you, you love me right away.
Okay,
this is where we at. And if it's working, it's working, and we gotta ride that shit out till it crash. And then if it crash, we not mad at each other. It just crash. It just crash. It's like we were going fast, we could on the expressway. We crashed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess I'm just the opposite. I like taking my time and just seeing if things work. Cause my thing is, if I'm gonna talk to you, okay, let's just build a friendship. Let's see if we could be friends. Cause my thing is, in order to have a great relationship, a great relationship, we need to have a great friendship first. Like, let me get to know you. Let me see what are your dislikes. You know your likes.
You can do that in 3 hours.
No, I need more time than 3 hours.
Not if people
3 hours.
Not if you asking the right questions. Not if you really like genuinely.
But that's all talk. I need the action. You can tell me.
We can do that too. That's what I'm saying.
In 3 hours, what action are you going to show me in 3 hours where it's going to determine where you could be the one? No.
Whatever you need. I'm
gonna go ahead and stop y'all.
Let me tell you like this.
Some family ties are gonna.
Let me on Sunday. I'm not talking. I'm not talking. He's like, my friend, I'm sorry.
But shit, man, that was a good episode featuring our special guest, Melody. Make sure y'all follow Drunk Tours Podcast. We're gonna drop her handle below. Make sure y'all go and follow.
And follow her, tap in.
Yeah, make sure y'all keep watching Drunk Tours Podcast. If you ain't see any ones before this, you suck.
Yeah,
you
eat dick for sure.
Appreciate y'all.